Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In our previous video, we have seen about the class loading. In today's video, we are going to see about the constructors. Constructor is one of the member of the class, just like a method and a variable. So we have seen the methods and the variable. Constructor is just like that. It is a special type of method which is used to initialize the object. Now, whenever you're going to create an object, how we used to initialize it before? With the help of the variable. Here we are going to see how to initialize it with the help of constructors. Every time an object is created using the new keyword, at least one constructor is called. How? So when we have created with the new keyword, with the help of the new keyword, we have never seen any constructor nor we have written any constructor. So now today let us see how this constructor is called, from where it is called. It calls a default constructor if there is no constructor available in the class. Now, in the previous videos, we have not created any constructor. That means it has always used the default constructor. In such cases, Java compiler provides a default constructor by default. There are two types of constructors in Java: no argument constructor and parameterized constructor. So we are going to see about these constructors in the same video. When the whole purpose of a constructor is to initialize a variable at the time of object creation. So first we are going to see the type of Java constructors, then we are going to see what are the rules to create those constructors. Type of Java constructors. The first type is default constructor and the second type is parameterized constructor. Default constructor is a type of constructor in which is created by the compiler. So now we understood the default constructor. It is created on its own by the compiler whenever the class is created. Second one is parameterized constructor. Any constructor which is created by the user or by the developer is called as parameterized constructor. So let us see the rules for creating Java constructor. There are three specific rules. First, constructor name must be the same as its class name. Rule 1. Rule 2. A constructor must have no explicit return type. A Java constructor cannot be abstract, static, final, and synchronized. So there are these three rules. So when we are creating a constructor, let us keep them in our mind. The first type is the default constructor. Default constructor will always be non-parameterized. Constructor is created only if there are no custom constructors. Third point, default constructor is used or created in order to assign default values to states present in the class. So these are the 3 points of the default constructor. There is a rule for this default constructor. If there is no constructor in the class, compiler automatically creates a default constructor. If you see the example above, there is a class bike. Here, there is no constructor created. In the previous slide, we have seen that the constructor name should be the same name as that of the class name. So now in order to create one custom constructor, the name of the constructor should be the same thing as that of the class name. So here the compiler generates a default constructor with the name bike. So you can see class bike constructor. So it is written same like the method bike, open the parenthesis, close parenthesis, and closing the parenthesis of the class. So this is the default constructor. Let us see an example for default constructor. Now let us see how the program is written in the developer's view and how the compiler sees it if it is a default constructor. For example, now we have a class called mobile. For this mobile, you have two data members. One is price and one is color. The data type for price is int. The data type for color is string. So public static void main string address the main function. So here we have written mobile yum is equals to new mobile. Using the new keyword, we have created the object. So this is object creation. In the previous slide, we have seen that a constructor is used during the object creation. Now let us initialize the price. Yum.price, that is the price for the new mobile phone, is 15,000 system.out yum.price. So the output is going to be yum.price is 15,000. So this will be the output for the program. Now let us see the compiler view. How does the compiler generates it? So the compiler is going to take this class as it is, and it is going to create a constructor with the same name as that of the class. Here, if you see public mobile, so this is the constructor now. Public static void main string args mobile yum is equals to new mobile. It's yum.price. So these two lines that are written here, these two will be extra in the compiler view. That is, it is going to generate a default constructor, the same name as that of the class name. So this is an example for default constructor. Let us write the same program for the default constructor in Eclipse. Create a new project for the default constructor. New Java project. Don't create. Source control n, create a class name equals mobile. So one class is generated here, mobile. So this class had two variables, that is int price, string color, and we do not have any default constructor. So the constructor will be created automatically by the compiler. So soon after this, public static void main string args. Now creation of an object mobile yum is equals to new mobile. That's it. Now next, initializing the price. 1500 system.out yum.price. So let us see the output. Let us run this program. M.price. Why is M.price coming here? The same thing. It is because we have given it in the double quotes. We do not have to give it in the double quotes when we are printing the value of that particular variable. Okay, it is giving 15,000. So this is how the default constructor is created in the backend. Next is the custom constructor or the parameterized constructor. Any constructor which is created by the user or by the developer is called as custom constructor or a parameterized constructor. Custom or parameterized constructor must be same as that of the class name, same as the default constructor. All the constructors will have the same name as that of the class name. Custom constructor or parameterized constructors can be parameterized or non-parameterized. In class, there can be either a custom constructor or a default constructor, but not both. Custom constructor is needed in order to assign dynamic values or user-defined values to the states present in that object. Now let us see an example for that. This part of the program is the custom constructor or parameterized constructor. So here we have the parameters for this constructor. It can be parameterized or it can also be a non-parameterized constructor, but here the constructor that we have created has the parameters. One is p and one is p. Now let us assign these parameters to the variables. So price will be equal to p and brand will be equal to b. Hence the price data type will be given to p and the brand data type will be given to b. So this is how you have created a constructor. So public static void main string args mobile yum1 is equals to new mobile 1500 and Samsung. Now here 1500 will be given to this price and Samsung will be given to the brand. In the same way, we have already created another object. For the same object, we have given the variables at the time of object creation. That is, we have initialized the variable values during the object creation. This is how easy the constructor makes the work. If the constructor was not present, then what would be the content? Then what would be the program? So public class mobile int price string brand, same, it would be till here. So this portion would be omitted and here this portion would be omitted. These two portions would be omitted and and the program would be mobile yum1 is equals to new mobile, and here you would have yum1 dot price is equals to 15,000, yum1 dot brand Samsung. In the same way again, mobile yum2 is equals to new mobile. Again, same thing. Yum2 dot price is equals to 12,000, I'm sorry. Yum2 dot brand is equals to Realme. By creating a constructor, we have omitted 4 lines of code extra in our main function, which is going to increase the efficiency of your program. Let us write the same thing. Now let us see the same thing in a programmatical way. Let us create another Java program, Java project, PC, parameterized constructor, finish it, don't create, control N, class name mobile. So you have a class name called mobile. Let me just rename it here. Inside this, int price, string brand. Then we are going to create the constructor. To create the constructor, public mobile int b comma string b. So this is the constructor. Price should be assigned to this p parameter, and brand should be assigned to this b parameter. So we have created the constructor here. Soon after the constructor is created, the main method, control space. Inside the main method, we are going to create the object, and the use of the constructor is during the object creation itself we can give the values for the variables. So first one is 15,000. Second one is Samsung. Another mobile yum2 is equals to new mobile 12,000, Realme. System.out yum1 dot price and system.out yum2 yum1 dot brand. In the same way, yum2 dot price and yum2 dot brand. yum2 dot price, yum2 dot brand. Save this. Let's run this program. So you can see 15,000 Samsung, 12,000 Realme. So this is how you can create a constructor and initialize the variables for an object during the object creation time itself. Let us see the difference between the constructor and the methods in Java. Java constructor is used to initialize the state. Java constructor is used to initialize the state of an object, whereas Java method is used to expose the behavior of an object. Constructor must not have a return type, whereas your method should have a return type. Constructor is invoked implicitly, a method is invoked explicitly. That is, if you want to invoke a method, you have to call the method and then only it is going to give you the output. Java compiler provides a default constructor if you do not have any constructor in the class. The method is not provided by the compiler, like you will not get a default method if a method is not present in a class. The constructor name must be the same as that of the class name. The method name may or may not be the same as that of the class name. So these are the difference between a method and a constructor. And in today's video, we have learned about the constructor. In the coming videos, we are going to learn about other topics of Java. Till then, stay tuned. Bye bye.